Hey, hello everybody. How are you? Let's bring on the panel. I don't know if the panel is the right word. Adam and Mark are here, and of course, last but not least, we have Doug. Hello, friends. How are you?
I'm glad you put in the square there. We were all getting smaller and smaller. We're just going to see how.
No, for 3 we have columns. For 4 we go 6x9.
I'm super zoomed in too, for some reason. But no,
You say it like it's a bad thing.
it is a bad thing.
Anyway, hello, welcome. We've been gone for a while. This is the grand finale of the Niche Lifestyle Show. We've decided that we're just going to... Whoa, Mark, be careful. We've got children watching.
I wondered if my kids were like playing with it and I'd gone to them, but it's funny.
So yeah, we decided that we're going to take a little break. I mean, we'll never say never. And of course, we'll be doing streams and stuff together, but not so regimented. I've just kicked the camera. So we're going to take it off air for a while. And, I'm kind of recalibrating what I'm doing as well at the moment. So next year, there'll be new stuff involving the four of us, but we're not quite sure what that looks like just yet. So I'll do some hellos to you guys out there in a second. But first off, Doug, what's new? How are you?
Things are good here. I was thinking, what have I been up to? There's a lot of like holiday things going on. So really a lot of social activities. So we had Thanksgiving last couple weeks, so hung out with friends. I've been playing guitar with friends and doing some other stuff like that. So a lot of social stuff, which is great, especially this time of year. A lot of my friends do have, flexible schedules. So it has been really fun. Not as much outdoor activities. It has been chilly, little snow here and there, and like generally like pretty cold. But yeah, it's been good. Been good over here.
Just a very quick question on that. With the social stuff, I know that you've been trying to reduce your alcohol intake. Has that worked out over this period of festivities?
Up and down. So I've been one thing, I went back to Atlanta. It was my sister's 50th birthday. So I was hanging out with a lot of my family. So we drank a lot then, but leading up to it, I think like during the week, I didn't drink anything.
So you are being good during the week.
It's
blowing out on the weekends. That's fine.
And then the big thing is like, instead of having like several beers, it's like just a couple. So overall successful, but I wasn't aiming for like
complete abstinence. Yeah. Right. Mark and Adam, can you just take over a second? I've just got to step out for 1 minute. I will be back, but take over the show for a second, please, and tell everyone.
Last and
I can hear you at least. Okay. I can
Can
hear
you
you now.
hear
Yeah.
back. Cool. It feels like ages since we've been on here last, but I can't think of anything massive that's happened in my life in those in that time. I don't know whether that says it's been a boring period of time, but we've got some nice stuff coming up. We've got a Christmas party on Friday, the works Christmas party. So we've rented out a hotel and we're having some nice food. We're doing a bit of axe throwing as one of the activities beforehand, and then we are definitely not abstaining from the alcohol as we have a free bar then for the rest of the evening. So it's probably going to get a little bit messy. Still not moved back into the new house yet. Still traveling around, hoping to get in now in January. He was hoping it was before Christmas, but yeah, January's looking like the new move-in date, which is going to be exciting and fun.
Yeah, your house looks like it's coming on well. I'm back.
It is coming on well. It's just slower than we hoped. We hoped you were going to be moving in before Christmas, but nah, not going to happen.
Oh well, can enjoy your finale Christmas in where you are at the moment. Right, so who we got in? We got Adrian in, an eagler. I don't know if I got my eagle sound actually. Have I?
I can do it. I can make the eagle sound if you haven't. I can just
go for it.
So
that was actually pretty good. Birdie's here. That's an eagle, in a way. Chris, Doug, of course. Eunice, Richard, good to see you. Robin's here. Tony from Simplified Gardening. Theo, Sue as well. I hope you're okay, Sue. You've been a little bit under the weather, I know. And Thomas, good to see you. I've replied to your email from earlier. And Yeren, Abru, hyphen SEO and digital marketing. What a big name you have. So, we haven't got any topics set today, so we'll just generally talk about what's going on. What do you? Let's talk about the new year. Let's talk about looking forward. I'm sure you've all got big plans and ideas for the new year. Adam, what are you planning for 2023, apart from moving house and all that stuff?
Do you mean like business-wise?
Business-wise, yeah. Let's talk shop now.
What are you like? I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do all this.
No, none of those resolutions. No, I'm not going to eat less. I'm going to drink less. I'm going to go to the gym because we know that's going to last till about January the 20th. No, yeah, business stuff. What are you excited about business-wise?
Yeah, I mean, it's split into two, I guess, personal sites and niche website builders. Personal stuff, I'm excited to start buying some sites again in the new year. I've not bought a site now for the last 6 months because I've been funneling money to my house project. So I'm excited to start looking, seeing what's out there. Looking at some of the indicators, it looks like multiples have come down a little bit over the last couple of months. I see a couple of reports out, which for me indicates potentially a good buying opportunity coming up, which is nice.
What are we down to now then on the multiples?
I saw something from Richard Patey over on his Acquire newsletter, and it's coming down from like 40s back into the 30s, high 30s still, on average. And he just looks at listing multiple rather than sold multiple. So it's probably a little bit.
It's a rough guide. Do you think we were overpricing these assets this year?
I don't know. I think it all comes down to what the asset was. I think there's some there that deserve the higher multiple because they might have diversification of traffic and social profiles and written by, an amazing website deserves the higher multiple. And then I saw some absolute rubbish, which was up for sale for like 45x plus.
I think everyone was just applying that 45 to absolutely everything. I mean, there's a difference there between like a 5-year-old site that's doing good money and a 20-year-old site that's making good money that's, had got that history and authority and lower risk, you'd say, probably. Okay, well, that's interesting. Probably 30 is about right, really, I'd have thought.
Well, into the 30s. It's still mid to high 30s, I think this report showed. That's not the sale, though. That's the listing, right? So probably mid to lower 30s, I guess.
Okay. So you're excited about acquiring some stuff once you've freed up some money from the builders?
Yeah.
What else? Anything up for sale next year, do you think?
Potentially. I mean, I'm working on I bought a site the middle of this year. It's quite a seasonal, so we're now in the off season, which I've been pumping lots of effort into, and it's already higher in the off season than it was last high season. So I'm excited.
High season sounds promising.
Yeah. High season is May, June time. So I'll try and look to sell on in that upward of the high season, hopefully, and get a nice return on that. A couple of other things I'm excited about. We're doing lots of testing internally on this whole SEO entity schema injection. I don't know if you've seen people talking about this. Israel's been talking a lot about it. Corey does a lot of stuff about it, where you inject, people call it like wikification of content, where you take same as schema and about schema and mention schema and say, I'm talking about specific topic. It's the same as this Wikipedia page, and it's trying to connect the entities on Google's knowledge graph. So I went down a massive rabbit hole. I'm testing tons on my own sites and seeing does it have any kind of impact or whatever. But on the face of it, it sounds really promising. Like the theory sounds good. So I'm excited to see what happens there. What else? That's kind of it really on my personal stuff. More of the same really as this year. Just put a pause on it while I worked on the house.
Okay. Fair enough. Doug, what are you looking forward to in 2023? You got any big plans, ideas?
No, and when you started to ask that, I usually don't do like a big end of year planning or beginning of the year thing. Kind of been a trend for the last few years, I think. As we've done these, you probably heard me talk about doing like less and less. So I'll probably keep trying to do some of that. And it's a really, nice spot to be. And I mean, I like some of the stuff that we work on. It's fun coming and chatting with you guys and like chatting with the folks. So I'll keep doing, my live streams and my podcasts and stuff like that. But I don't have any like big grand sort of plans where I'm like, I'm really doing this and I really want to focus on it. A couple things sort of on my mind though. So one thing, like we were chatting before we joined and went live here, basically, I think there's another algorithm update. Is that what you guys said? coming out.
Yeah, the
right?
last couple of days. Yeah.
Right. So it's like every few weeks there's a new algorithm update, and I just don't find it super interesting, right? So we're like building the sites. Y'all sites fine? Everything's good so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it already rolling out, by the way?
Still
Yeah,
rolling
it's
out.
already
Yeah.
rolling out, but I mean, I think they just announce it more now. I think they were doing it before. They were always rolling updates, but now they just tweet about it more.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good PR, right? Probably.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm going back to some of the topics that I was interested in before, like when I was learning about all this stuff. So I'm potentially adding more interviews and more content around like more general side hustle stuff that is potentially less dependent on Google updates or Amazon commission rates, like kind of our traditional. It's really popular, the last couple of years to do display ads. So, maybe Amazon isn't as important, but just generally like move away from relying on Google as a traffic source. And there's, tons of other side hustles that you can get into working online. But as I've, interviewed more and more people, folks seem to like the content, but at the same time, it's like it's rehashing the same stuff over and over again. Like we get the punchline, publish content, get traffic, do stuff. Sometimes you have to work with Google. So people like it. So I won't leave that completely, but this year I really focused on it, and I could see like the interest is not quite as high as it was.
No, I think that'd be good. I think branching out and exploring other ways to make money on the internet would be good because everyone does talk about that side of things, just publishing niche website stuff and Ezoic and Amazon and the usual stuff.
Are you talking more like FBA stuff, Doug, and that kind of thing, or like what kind of side hustles are you thinking?
So the ones that are fresh on my mind, so probably not FBA. I feel like that sort of played out like 6 years ago or something.
And that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, it can still work, but I think like the marketplace changed. But that along those same lines. So one thing, one dude emailed me recently, and he's on Redbubble, like creating his own like merch and stuff, making like $1,000 a month, something like that. And I mean, there's other, there's SEO you have to consider, but it's not with Google. So there's that. I have a friend who does like Etsy printables, and another one where like we could take our skills from like Google SEO and apply it to other places where the competitors are not as sophisticated as us. So kind of early days in some of those other spots. So those are two sort of fresh on my mind, but yeah, it could be even like offline as well. I'll probably focus online, but one of my friends,
just people selling services. I think people would be interested in that. Writers selling services online or graphic designers,
right?
Selling stock images, you say, or selling merchandise via Redbubble or any of those print-on-demand things. That's all interesting stuff.
When you say Redbubble, I've never heard of Redbubble. I thought you were going to go in a totally different direction.
They're like a print-on-demand, like sticker shop, T-shirt shop kind of thing, I think.
Yeah. I thought he was referring to a different type of red site. Which,
no, that what are you looking at?
Different kind of site hustle, Doug. That's not for this show.
We'll talk about that in Niche Lifestyle Show After Hours edition that's coming.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can get to it. That's what we keep going.
Yeah, that's going to be the relaunch.
I'm thinking along those lines, to keep things fresh. And then as I've gone to more like in-person events, I'm meeting people that are doing different things, and they're interviewing different people and so on. So there's a ton of stuff, and we're just in our little bubble talking about the same stuff like over and over again, which is cool, but I'll reduce that down, or at least that's the general idea. Then the other part is I have another podcast, which is growing quite nicely. So my partner and I are probably going to focus more on growing that. And I think it has, potential to be much larger than, just focusing on like niche sites specifically. So,
okay.
Yeah. And
any more in the beer world, Doug? Any more judging and that kind of stuff?
He's given up drinking. I mean, it's
yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I may no, I haven't done any other things. I'll probably try to brew a batch or two before too long, but we haven't run out of beer yet, so we're in fine shape. And there hasn't been there hasn't been any judging recently. There may be something coming up in like February that I may travel a little bit to do, but that'll give me time to dry out or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get you in a second, Mark. We're talking about meeting up. I don't think we've had a stream since me and Doug actually met each other in real life, have we?
No, I don't think so.
We have. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? That was fun. It was cool to meet a lot of people that we knew pretty well actually, but had never met. So yeah, it was good.
It was too like.
I'm meeting up with Tony from Simplify Gardening tonight. I'm going down to see his new studio because he lives like 20 minutes from me. So that'll be
wow,
cool.
That should be good. Yeah. Although you guys met at Niche Affiliate Gathering, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. It won't be the first time, but it's still pretty cool because
yeah,
I don't see anybody in real life really in this industry, do we? Like,
no, that's why it was cool, the Ezoic event, to be in a room with lots of people that kind of know what you're talking about. All right, so Mark, what are you thinking about for 2023?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to carry on working on the sites that I've got, but potentially going to start a new site in 2023. I guess we, for a while, been talking about how you treat your niche sites as a real business. And often the way that I've approached that in the past is like get traffic first, and then like, okay, now how can we monetize this in other ways? My wife's got to the point where all of our kids are going to be just, we've got a kid that's 3 years old coming into the new year. They're all going to be either at nursery or somewhere at some time. She's going to have some time in her life. She's like, oh, what can I do? Like, maybe I should do some of this niche stuff that you're doing. And so we haven't got any plans at all other than that. But I think so. We're going to approach it probably from okay, well, what do you want to work on? What do you enjoy doing? And then like we'll go from the beginning through the entire strategy of like, well, do you want to sell products? Do you want to sell courses? Do you want to, and actually have like a whole plan? So then we're going to start a new site from scratch, but like with the business in mind from the beginning, because that's what she'll enjoy doing. So going to do that. But obviously, once we know how to drive traffic, a lot of us, to a site, so it'll be very heavily blog based to get people there. And our digital PR service, the coverage we're getting for businesses and niche sites for our customers is incredible, and like that's just another string to the bow really. If we're going to start some other business, we can kind of get some coverage in massive publications, and we've got like an e-commerce store or whatever, then that's an awesome way to like start driving some more traffic. So that's something
good. That sounds interesting. Have you ever worked with your wife or a family member in the past?
I met my wife at work. Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if that counts, but yeah, I find it very. In my experience, I find it very difficult to work with my wife on anything. So, but maybe you'll find. I do know of businesses that have been very successful with a family element to it.
I think we'll have a very clear separation of responsibilities if we were to do
Good.
it. So.
Yeah.
Very professional, doesn't it? It sounds very professional.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I had something else, but I can't. I've lost it. So
it'll come back to you, maybe.
Come back to me.
Good. Okay, well, for next year myself, I'm trying to think of some new ideas. Like Doug said, I've found myself slightly fatigued by creating videos around very similar things continuously and just doing them in the same way and editing them in the same way and all that stuff. So that's why I'm taking a break this month off streaming and YouTube and stuff generally, apart from this and the odd bits and bobs. Obviously, there is a Christmas stream. I don't know if I've announced this. I'm going to be doing a Christmas party stream on the 20th, I think it is. I'll obviously share it on social media. I've already got quite a few guests confirmed. It's just going to be fun. People dropping in, wearing Christmas hats and Christmas jumpers and just chatting. So that'll be fun. That's going to be my last stream of the year. So yeah, rethinking about what I'm going to do with the channel. It's going to involve more guests, I think, having more people on to talk, so that should be fun. I've also been focusing on popcorn theme, which you may have noticed if you're a customer or if you follow my stuff. So there's a new version of popcorn theme out, version 2, which is very exciting, is very cool. It has a site editor, so it gives you a lot more flexibility. So we've been building up the docs library on that. We've been building up the YouTube channel, and just generally I've been working on that a lot, and it's fun. And the thing I like about selling a digital product is you do some stuff and then you see some sales and then you get some money, and it all happens quite quickly. Whereas with affiliate and niche websites, you do some stuff and then you wait a lot. And then even if you get a sale from somewhere, you then wait even longer then for the money, and you know what it's like. So I'm really enjoying, for example, setting up a Google AdWords campaign, promoting the theme, and then seeing sales come in and all that kind of old-fashioned stuff of selling your own digital products. So I'll probably be doing more videos on that as well as I learn. But that's where we're at with that. The other thing I want to just touch on, it's kind of a hot topic at the moment, and I see it's already been mentioned in the chat, is Chat GPT, which is something everyone's talking about, but I've not even used. And I love AI. Have any of you guys used it?
I've seen videos of it everywhere. Like
it's just taking the trend right now.
Every other video on TikTok at the minute is but mainly every other video on TikTok is the use of ChatGPT for the.
So
coding.
for idiots like me, what on earth is ChatGPT, and why is it so special, and why is everyone getting so excited?
It's like it's the next level. It's the new kind of AI, isn't it? Basically,
so it works like a chatbot.
Kind of, yeah. It's conversational essentially, where you give it instructions. And for me, the bit which looks really exciting is the coding aspect, where you can say, and I saw an amazing example where you literally typed into it, code me in Python a day trading back testing strategy which looked at the S&P 500 for the last 10 years, and when the moving day averages cross, you buy, and when it crosses the other way, you sell, and just spat out this Python code. I was like, whoa.
What, that actually worked?
Well, that's the thing with these videos. None of them compile them, so I don't know if they work or not, but it looks cool. It looks really cool.
So, and okay, from our point of view, do you think it's going to be a useful addition to website owners?
I think it just depends on the way it's used, right? I think AI in the past can be useful for coming up with ideas, content ideas, topics and stuff, things like that. And I think out of the box, then definitely I think it leaves a footprint. There's tools coming out now, isn't there, which can detect AI stuff, and if they can do it with a one-man band developer, like Google's going to be able to detect these kinds of footprints. I guess it's up for debate whether we think Google is going to have an issue with that in the future. They've already started the rhetoric around spamming AI content and stuff. Like in the future, is it going to be a case of, will we get like a medic style update where all of a sudden any AI content just gets depromoted? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's weird that I think Google has to be very careful, because Google are a very big advocate of AI, and in fact the search page is AI pretty much. You know, it creates snippets and content and stuff using AI, doesn't it? So to completely push it to one side and say no, it's like banned on the internet, I think that might be a step too far.
I think it's quality content, right? Whether it's AI or whether it's a human.
Yeah,
if it's
got to read well.
But and is an AI going to get it right a lot? I mean, I guess that's why they want to detect it, right? If it's
factually incorrect or grammatically incorrect, then yeah, sure, it should be penalised. But if not,
I see a lot of people talking more about the question, though, is this kind of chat AI a Google disruptor or even a Google killer, though? Because at the moment, you want to know an answer to a question, then you have to Google it and click through the results and find the information. Whereas this, you ask.
You just ask the robot, yeah.
But it's a paradox, because it's trained on the information that's on the internet up until some point in 2021, I think. Yeah. But without Google, it couldn't have been trained on anything, essentially, right? Because most people create content for Google. So it's almost one can't exist without the other. They can't keep training the model on internet content if nobody's creating it, because they're just relying on answers from the AI.
So if it comes to new information, it's going to struggle if no one's publishing that new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like, you can ask a question anytime up until 2021, and we could be 10 years down the line. They're like, we have no new information on the internet for the last 9 years or whatever it is. I don't know.
Or it's just going to increase the opportunity for real human researchers and quality writers that can just output something far more sophisticated than AI ever will or will be able to in the next 20 years. I don't know. There's obviously an opportunity, and there's also a lot of fear. I do see a lot of people getting scared. Oh, there's no need for SEO anymore. There's no need for keyword research anymore. There's no need for articles because we've just got these chatbots. But then I saw a niche site lady. She did, oh, look how amazing it is. And she'd asked, what are the 10 most popular festivals in Spain? And it wasn't particularly accurate. I mean, it doubled up a couple of things, and some of them weren't actually, proper festivals. They're just days off, which they have here. We've got 2 this week. Tuesday and Thursday are both holidays. Most Spanish don't even know why when you ask them, what's the holiday tomorrow? I think it's something religious. I'm not sure.
I see a lot of the talk on TikTok, especially around the creating the code version like Python and stuff like that. Is like, is this going to make developers not
Yeah, I mean, most
interested?
examples I've seen have been to do with code. Like someone posted in a chunk of code and said, there's a problem with this code, doesn't work. Can you tell me what the problem is? And after a few back and forths with the chatbot, it was able to fix it.
Well,
What are you thinking about this? Have you tried it?
No, I haven't tried it. I did hear about it. I haven't thought about it too much, like you might gather. But I mean, I'm waiting to see. I was skeptical with the original AI tools, and after a couple years, it got a little bit better. I was playing around with Jasper and another tool the other day, and it was okay. I know we're talking about something different here, but the particular tool, which I won't mention here, was supposed to be like the best. It's supposed to use like a little more sophistication than Jasper as far as the processing and the AI behind it and all that stuff. And about 50% of it was completely off topic. I went really easy too. And I was looking for like a book summary, right? There's tons of book summaries out there on the particular book. It was popular. And there were a couple paragraphs about something completely irrelevant. And I mean, that should definitely not be there. Anyway, so I haven't looked at, Chat GPT. And I think, I'm assuming there will be some improvement, but I think it'll still be filled with the same, type of issues that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll still help people out with like as a tool, as part of their process. But I mean, with me not knowing a single thing about it, I haven't even watched any TikTok on it or anything. So I really don't know anything, but I'm assuming it's not as good as what all the marketers are saying. So, or the examples, because people were like, "Oh yeah, you can just get GPT-3 to just write your tweets for you and stuff like that." And like, I don't think that ever worked out, right? It's kind of garbage, from what I could tell.
Yeah. Well, it's never going to be the same as a real tweet, is it? Ever?
No. What are we trying to do? What? I don't.
We're just trying to fill the internet with just robot generated content. What
Right,
value is that?
Wow. Yeah.
And the code example is a good example, right? Though, because it'll only ever, the thing that you were talking about, Adam, is just like a really discrete snippet. It's like an example bit of code. You're not going to be able to say, "Write me an accounting system." That's ridiculous. So, but I think it applies. You can almost apply that. It's not so obvious, but you can apply that to like content as well. Yeah, sure. Like you can get it to take go a certain level to a certain way, but you're still going to want to check it, heavily edit it, and it's not going to give you the finished article. It's just more subtle.
But I think it's opening new opportunities. So John, our friend at Motion Invest, John Gillum? Mm-hmm. He was at Izoic. We hung out, had a beer. He has sent me access to his new tool, which is originality.ai, which looks pretty cool. I'm still playing with it. And in fact, I've got a video idea where we're basically testing out a few different AI tools and then running them through different AI detectors just to see what the outcome is. But that's an interesting tool because that's like a plagiarism, an AI detector, and a couple of other things all in one. So that's great because I have been getting some articles coming back from writers that have been failing on the GPT-3 detectors. I do tend to run them through that now. Which I'm not saying is necessarily a bad thing, but if I'm going to buy content, you need to tell me that it's AI before I buy it, really. Otherwise, I'll just run it through Jasper myself. But yeah, that tool seems really cool. All in one kind of, plagiarism, AI, whatever else you want, detector.
It does sound cool in theory, right? But I think in practice, I mean, obviously it's very early days for them, but there's the examples that I've seen. People have written their own content and I feel a bit insulted the fact that someone come back saying it's AI content. I think.
Oh, you could offend your writers by accusing them.
No, maybe somebody's written it themselves, like for their own site. They're doing their own niche sites. They've written it themselves, and it comes back as AI content. I think it's from what I can tell. I mean, I haven't used it massively myself, but it seems to be a lot of there's a lot of false results in
False
that.
positives.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really hard to detect, right? I mean, the fact that they're doing on the budget that they're doing, I don't know. I don't know how much they're spending on it, but I assume they're not spending millions on it. It's going to be hard, and they're going to be constantly chasing the tail of AI as it improves. So, like,
Yeah.
you're going to constantly have to completely. I mean, good luck to them, like doing that. But like,
Well, I'm no
I think it's
coder, but I
really
guess
hard.
in theory, you have AI, you know how GPT-3 puts stuff together and how it forms sentences. You just run that backwards, right? And then,
Well, I guess it depends on what model it's trained on, right? Because GPT-3 is just an engine, and then you have to train it. And then you've got versions like DaVinci O3, which is trained on a certain data set. And before that, I think you had Text Curie O2, which was trained on another data set. So I guess it depends if what data set it's trained on.
They can do it. I think Google can do it with their budget, and probably will. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's easy, and something that's going to be constantly changing.
Yeah.
Good luck.
interesting. Well, my AI content's all doing quite well. So I was got a couple of products on the go or projects on the go. Can you wash it? I remember we spoke about this a while ago because I've also got Can you eat it, which is one that I haven't done anything on. And Adam said, we tried that once and no one ever clicked through because they got the result from Google. Well, that site is completely AI content and it's already gaining impressions. And in fact, if you Google, I think, can you wash an American flag, which is a search that people do a lot of. By the way, you can. That article is already ranking. And it's very short, literally like, yes, you can wash a flag. A couple of paragraphs on, be careful, don't scrub it too hard. And that's it. So, yeah. I don't know if that's spammy or valuable content. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. But yeah, that AI content. And of course, can you get popcorn out of your teeth is still ranking really well. So for me, at the moment, AI is still fine. But of course, it's all heavily edited and well structured and had a good half hour of human time inputted into it.
Just on your wash it site, Alex, I just got, I guess, two questions on that. Because of the length of the content, I'm assuming this is going to be a display ad play, right? Like, are you not worried potentially that there's room for like one placeholder in that length of content?
Yeah.
Money?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is going to be display ads, but yeah, there's just going to be one massive ad right at the top. I don't know. I guess there's probably an affiliate opportunity as well, maybe, with cleaning products and stuff. I don't know. It was more of just an experiment, really. I hadn't really thought through the monetization, but...
And the other thing, which I literally just, because I found it, I typed in the can you wash an American flag and found you, but you still no sidebar. Where's your sidebar with the sticky advert?
It's coming. It's coming. That site is running Popcorn too. I think it is. So I can easily add a sidebar now. So I'll do that. Talking of adverts, I saw that Carl actually put his video up today, but there was a new setting within Ezoic that you could quickly and easily disable ads above the fold. Did any of you guys play with that? Any thoughts? Did it make your site load quicker? Did you improve your rankings, or did you lose money?
Haven't tried it yet, but I would definitely try it if I couldn't get a site to pass web core vitals with Ezoic on there. 100%.
Yeah. Doug, have you had any thoughts on that?
No, I haven't tried it either, but yeah, it seems like a good option to test out.
It's quite well hidden within Leap settings. I guess Ezoic don't really want you to do it.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Have you checked it out, Alex? Or
I've turned it off on Best Comp, but I haven't looked in terms of... I know the traffic's going up. I don't know if it's related. I haven't checked whether earnings have been affected. I think I'll need to recheck Carl's video. The general vibe I was getting from him was earnings weren't affected for some reason. I can't remember. Anyway, let's go to a few questions from the chat. If you've got anything you would like to ask or say, or just anything, then pop it in the chat now.
Phil in the chat says he promises popcorn wasn't written by ChatGPT.
No, I don't think it was. So yeah, do go check out popcorntheme.com. It's got a new website, and I'm working on a brand new demo site on that. It's got loads of built-in features, so you can very easily now compare products. It's got like notification boxes to make your content really stand out. And yeah, Phil's really excited, so he's working on it a lot at the moment, and good. Using lots of adverbs throws out the detectors. Well, that sounds good. If only I knew what an adverb was. What is an adverb? I don't know. I struggle with verbs and nouns, and I should have been paying attention.
It describes a verb. It's like an adjective for a verb.
Give me an example, please.
slowly.
Okay. So he slowly ran. Ran being the verb there.
Yeah.
Good. We could have a little English lesson. It's fine.
This is like the
I need
Matrix.
to know
What we're
because it's quite
getting to now.
useful. It's quite useful in your Spanish lesson when they go, we're going to be talking about verbs now. Okay, which one? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're the doing words.
What does it come to when we're writing content to evade the content
Detection.
detectors?
Yeah. It's always going to be a cat and mouse game, isn't it? It's probably not a battle that you really want to engage in. Let's have this question here from Robin. Could one display ad earn more than if the content is great and advertisers want to display their ad on their website?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, the only way it possibly could is if you're doing like a direct sale with a particular advertiser. So say, for example, my cleaning site, and then, I don't know, some cleaning company, Unilever or someone come in and go, we want to advertise personal all over your site. We'll give you $1,000 a month if you could just put your banners all around the site. That might work more, I guess. Have any of you ever brokered your own, sold a banner space yourself?
I did once on a golf website I had years ago, and it was to a specific manufacturer, and I can't remember. It was either $800 or $1,000 a month for in the sidebar across every page on the site. The site was getting around 80 to 100,000 visitors a month, and I can't remember how we worked it out on like a CPM basis. We worked out how many page views that was and what that worked out at. And we literally just reached out to them all. We went through our list of Amazon products we were selling, the manufacturers, reached out to them all and said, hey, we've got this website, we're selling your products. Do you want to put a display ad on there? But that's the only time I've ever had success of actually reaching out and someone coming back and saying, yeah, we want to do it. And then,
Okay.
yeah.
I guess when you get to a point, you might get people approaching you, maybe.
Mm.
What else we got here? This is from Emmanuel. What is the best free speed plugin do you guys use? Free. I was going to say WP Rocket is pretty good, but that's not free. WP Fastest Cache is okay. I don't know how much of
That's the one I've used before.
Yeah, the one with the little leopard, or maybe a cheetah.
Mm-hmm.
It depends if you want one plugin to do them all, or if you want individual ones, because you've got like Smush It for squashing the images. You've got EWWW, or I can't remember how many W's are in there. For resizing the images. You've got Easy Asset Cleanup for not running certain scripts on certain pages and stuff like that. It depends if you want all those plugins or just one, I guess. All those are free, though.
Okay, Tony says, I did it for a sponsor for nearly a year, 950 quid, that's pounds, that's money, a month on top of sidebar. There you go. So obviously they can be very lucrative, these.
How did you find that, Tony? Did they come to you or did you go to them? I guess that's the question.
I'd imagine they came into him. Is that the compost company we're talking about? I think we are.
And I know a student of mine, she put together like a media kit. So if someone inquires, she could just send that over and let them know the package. She has an email list as well. So, but there's an ad space for certain, I guess, URLs if it's in the topic area or whatever. So yeah, she put together a media kit. So when she gets inbound requests, she could just send it out.
Sounds very professional.
Isn't there a sort of website? Was it buy text ads or buy something ads where you could list banner space for sale? Was that a thing? Am I making this up?
Yeah. Buy text
like
links, buy text ads, something like that, yeah.
Is it called buy text ad? What was it called? I remember the logo was red.
Tony says it was just a sponsor that sponsors him on YouTube. So he's got YouTube sponsors as well. I guess they just approach you because we get that all the time on YouTube. And then he just went back to him and said, I'm going to sell this space and you get first dibs. You want it? Perfect.
Cool.
A top tip from Phil regarding caching plugins. Remove all your caching plugins. Get your site as fast as you can. Then look at caching. A plugin shouldn't be used to fix a problem. Very true. Most sites should be able to at least get very close to Web Core Vitals without a caching plugin, providing you're not bloated with too many plugins, you're using a good theme, and you're on good hosting. The caching plugin should just be used to push you up to over the 90s and into the hundreds. Niche Site Dojo says it was buy, sell ads.
That's it, yeah, and just on their website. Yeah, and you can list your inventory for sale on there then. I think that's the way it used to work. haven't seen it for a long time.
How did everyone do with Black Friday, Cyber Monday affiliate marketing? Asks Richard. Do you do anything, Doug?
Not. I was gonna say I promoted a couple products out there, but generally things were fine. Similar to last year, good, but I don't do too much. That, like I said, I think people get the sense that I'm like I'm not spending too much time on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we get the vibe. Niche Site Dojo, thanks for that. I think Niche Site Dojo put a video up a couple of hours ago that maybe Mark and Adam might want to go and watch. Not going to say any more on that. They're frantically looking now. In terms of my Black Friday,
in terms
of my Black Friday, I mean, I didn't push anything out. I do have a very small mailing list for dart picks, but didn't push that. I did push out popcorn theme. We had an offer on popcorn theme for 20% off or something like that, which was very successful, and a couple of our affiliates capitalized on that as well. So I was very pleased with that. The thing with Black Friday is it's a bit of a roller coaster of emotion. Over the weekend, you see these sales coming in, it's very exciting, and then as soon as Cyber Monday passes and you turn off the offer, sales just dry up, don't they?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're running out of time. How many likes have we got? 28?
There's 43 people watching.
Come on, let's have a few more likes, and then we can have a little bit of... That's working. Yeah.
Do the eagle sound. That'll get them going.
Yeah, we could give away some merch or something. Well, definitely merch. So yeah, we've got 2 minutes. If you've got any more questions, do let us know.
I have a question for you guys. So, we were talking about John's service, Originality, right?
Originality.ai, yeah.
Yeah, .ai. I haven't got to test it out yet. John did send me an email, but so there's a tool there. There are other services, like you guys just rolled out your digital PR. So where do you guys see like the market going? Especially like, I mean, people are building sites and doing stuff, but there's this whole ecosystem theme. I have courses. There's just services where we're trying to like help out people in the industry. So what other stuff is on the horizon? Like, where do you see it going? Any other tools? Like, someone just emailed me again yesterday about some new keyword research tool, which I thought we kind of solved that problem already, but there's always people trying to do like more stuff. So yeah, what's on your horizon, or what do you hear people chattering about?
That's a good question.
We did a video on our channel just last week, I think, niche sites in 2023, and I guess the main basis around that was is how do you make your site, how do you do things that make yourself more credible in the eyes of Google. So one of those things is kind of how do you improve your backlink profile, which is kind of where we're talking about like digital PR, and that's going to kind of help. If you're getting links from the BBC and Forbes and stuff, then that's going to obviously help with the credibility. But again, talking more about kind of how do you make it a real business. And I think potentially there's going to be more room for, it's going to be more work, right? But how do you build other assets around your website, which might be a YouTube channel, which might be social media accounts? Like, how do you, if Google's looking in the knowledge graph of your site and all the things associated with it, how are you going to make your site more credible? So I think that's for us, given all the updates this year, and especially that are targeting crappy content and the affiliate content, of course. Like, bloggers are probably under pressure more than they've ever been before to show some credibility in the eyes of Google. So I think there's stuff that we're thinking about for sure to kind of help with that. And I think that's good. I think if anyone can focus their attention anywhere, it's that. It's how do I separate myself from the rest and stand out as being a credible site rather than just doing what I've always done.
But what tools are going to help with that, though? I mean, I think people are always going to try and create tools that are already available, like Career Research, but just do them a bit better, because that's obviously the easiest thing to do rather than come up with brand new tools. In terms of the day-to-day stuff, I think a way of managing stuff, there's probably already a tool out there. Maybe it's Monday.com or something. I don't know. But at the moment, I'm still using Google Sheets and stuff to like manage writers and content and teams. I'm wondering if there's like a custom or solution on the horizon designed for website owners that have outsourced teams and trying to manage them. I don't know.
We use Monday internally for that stuff. I think Google Sheets are fine to a certain point, but then you can move away. And with Monday, you can give external access, and you can set permissions for certain boards and stuff. So you could
got
easily
chat in there as well. Does it replace Slack as well?
It's got like a commenting system in there, so you can add people and comment. It's not like a live chat, but I guess it kind of is. You could chat back and forth just using the comment box, I guess. But I guess it comes to the point is that, like, because these tools can be quite expensive. Like, in all honesty, the tools that we pay for now in the business, like Zendesk and Monday, they're actually really expensive at this kind of scale. But it depends on what are you not getting out of your Google Sheets that you think you might get with a tool. Is it just make it look pretty?
Yeah, I mean, if Google Sheets is working, I guess that's fine. It's free.
Yeah, like, do you want some kind of automation, or like, what are you trying to get out of the tool? Would be the question.
Yeah, I guess. Good point. VJ, we've already talked about ChatGPT. Can we use it for blog posts? You could, but maybe you shouldn't.
Well, yeah. Depends what you mean use it. Use it for ideas, sure. But
if you're going to ask it, can you write me a 2,000 word blog post on...
And then just publish it. No.
How to boil an egg and publish it. And, yeah. Doug, was that tool that you were talking about earlier, Content at Scale?
I don't know.
The book summary? You can't remember. Okay. I think it's kind of interesting because that was a tool that I tested a month or so back. I did a video on it. I wasn't too impressed. That's, again, trying to be a AI one-click solution. Literally, write me an article, like upload your keyword list, and then tick the ones you want it to write an article, press a button, come back in 10 minutes, make yourself a cup of tea. Articles all written, published to your website.
Gotcha.
It doesn't work quite like that, does it?
It doesn't work quite like that because the problem is sometimes it goes off on the wrong tangent or it gets things wrong. Again, the thing I find with AI, and I don't know if ChatGPT is any better, is they often get facts wrong. So I think I asked it to write an article on can you wash Converse in the washing machine. I think that was what it was. Which basically Converse say you shouldn't put your Converse in the washing machine. But then this thing started writing about that you could, and then this is how you should do it, and all that kind of thing. So, but the interesting thing was that the software developers, they saw my video and they came back and said, yeah, we're sorry you didn't like it. We've changed the software now. Do you want to try it again? But again, that was really expensive. And I think a lot of these tools, Ahrefs, I'm looking at you, and as you say, Monday.com and other, very useful tools, they don't seem to have a price bracket for the single guy or single person, gal, whatever, starting out and, maybe only has one site, maybe isn't earning a lot of income. None of them seem to cater for that. They're all far too expensive. Right. I mean, if you're just starting out, it wouldn't be practical to invest in an Ahrefs account, I don't think, would it?
No, probably not. No.
Yeah. Do you get any return from it? I've gone into, well, maybe there's an idea into subscription sharing, which I'm sure they hate. But, there's a few of us that we all want to use Ahrefs, so we all just share the subscription. Is that a website idea there?
I think they've already
sub-sharing?
done that. They go to like a forum. Yeah.
Is there a forum where you can do that? You all chip in and say everyone wants Ahrefs and you all just divvy it up? That's already done. Okay, that's a good idea.
They block that stuff anyway, because if you log in and then someone else logs in at the same time, it logs you out, or you get a warning, say get an email saying we've detected that you're logging in from multiple places. Don't do that. Buy another user.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, what are you doing, man? You're crazy. Why'd you even say that? It's like, hey, why don't we all share the popcorn theme? Like, I'm gonna buy it. I'll share it with like 5 of my friends.
Yeah.
Don't even buy it. Right. Just get ChatGPT to write it for you. Don't even buy it.
Write me a WordPress theme. We do check the licenses on that. Don't worry. If you want to do that, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I'm not trying to rip everyone off for whatever it is a month that blooming Ahrefs charge. Anyway, I think the last thing I want to end with before we go to the stream is before we go to the draw, I should say, is we had fun in the States. I had fun teaching you and Ron some some English phrases and the subtle differences between certain words. So, and the best one I think, which I'll share with the audience, is slightly rude, but hey, was the difference between when something is bollocks and when something is the dog's bollocks. Two very different phrases, and that was the main takeaway I got from the Esoteric event was teaching you guys that. I felt like I'd changed the world in some way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You changed Ron's world for sure. I was just listening along for most of that, but Ron,
as long as he doesn't get the two confused, he'll be fine. Good. Oh, but now I've got into asking Spanish people about some Spanish phrases like that, and man, there's some weird ones. Lots of things to do with milk, which I'm not going to go into now because they're quite rude. Anyway, 40 likes. Can we get another 10 before we do the draw?
Yeah,
I think we can. Let's have a look. Where's me transition? Oh, it's not that one. What's happened to my? Oh no. Never mind. I've lost everyone. I want to go onto my screen. Here we are. Let's get everyone back. Oh, where are my transitions gone? So if you would like to win a piece of merchandise, then just say something in the chat right now. You got 20 seconds.
Can I say something? Can I enter?
You can.
I want an Eagle t-shirt.
Have you not got one?
No.
No.
I swap you for an each website builder one.
Okay. Here we go. This one should be transition. It's not. Right. Glad that's sorted. I'm not ever going to need it again for now anyway, so I don't know why I'm worried about that. Right. Let's scoop you up. We got quite a few in the chat. Zach, I didn't see you there. Good to see you, Eagler. Adrian, I gave you an eagle earlier, didn't I? 2 Zachs. A lot of Zachs today. Okay, here we go. Phil, are you there? You're not too late. That's perfect. You're all in there. WP Eagle members will get 2 entries in the draw. So that's exciting. Let's get the drums. Cut the music. Let's go. It's a long spin. What have I got it set to? I can't remember. Jeez. It's a fix. It's going to be Sue. Is it Sue? I know that Sue will probably say spin again. Yeah. I'm sure she will. If not, Sue, you can have something anyway. Let's go again. Any more drums?
When it lands on like member 1 year, Alex, how do you know who that is?
Because it's underneath their name. So if that one is there, like Phil, that one's Adrian. It's whoever's the name underneath where it says member. But not today. It's not a member. It's going to be, is it Chris? I think it's Chris FTS. Congratulations, Chris. Drop me a line. Oh, Sue wants to donate to Adam. Fine, that's
Thanks,
fine.
Sue.
We could do 2. Adam, drop me your address. Maybe, yeah, your current address, and then we'll sort you out. Let's see if that transition works and go back and sign off.
Even more sad music for this one.
Saddest of sadness music. This is.
So it's been a good run. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Niche Lifestyle Show. It's been fun. We've had some good chats, I think. How many episodes did we do in the end? Quite a few.
I guess we did it 9-10 months, right? I guess.
Yeah, so that's a lot of content. Maybe we should go through and do a best of reel or something. I don't know. Maybe if I get bored, I could do that. At least get a few minutes best bits. Mr. Techie says, "Hey, Doug." Big fan.
Hello.
So what do you want to sign off on? Any announcements, any news, Doug?
No big announcements or news. I'll plug the podcast, my 2 podcasts. So I have the Doug Show, talk about affiliate marketing and SEO, and then I have Mile High 5. Both of those have YouTube channels. So if you're watching this, you probably like YouTube, so be sure to check those out. And then otherwise, I'll be doing a lot of the same stuff next year, and maybe branching out into some other areas as well.
Sounds exciting. We can't wait to see it. Of course, you'll find a link to Doug's channel if you're not already subscribed in the description, but I'm sure you already are. That's it. Okay. You've enjoyed the Niche Lifestyle Show, generally?
Yeah, it's good. Talking to me specifically?
Yeah.
You seem very unsure.
It's very early in the morning for Doug. You've got to remember that. He's
Right.
a few
So
hours
what I was
behind
going to
us.
say is, it's like it's always fun, but it is early, so I had to shift like what I do in the morning. So
What important things you mean? You have important things you do in the morning that you can't do because
yeah. Well, I have to walk
Basically.
the dog. The dog has Georgia has very specific like needs in the morning. So
and if
yeah,
you
she's
throw that
like,
out, then yeah,
she's like,
gotta-
"You're waking up too early. What are you doing? Like, why are we going out? It's
it's
dark."
too early to go out for a crap. It's
So-
too cold. It's dark. What are we doing? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always a blast. And whenever I finish one of these, I'm like, that was really fun talking to the guys and chatting with the people in the crowd. So yeah, it's been fun.
Adam, what do you want to finish with?
Well, bit more empathetic than Doug. I'm going to miss you
He's
guys.
going to break down in tears. This is what we want. This is what I was after.
I'm going to get some eye drops going on. I don't know. That's been fun. I've really enjoyed it, to be fair. It's good listening to... I think we all come at things from slightly different angles. We've all got different ways of doing things, and we've all got different ideas. And I think that's made for some really good episodes, and like the discussions around how we approach just this whole business, because there's no one right or wrong way, right? Like there's so many different right and wrong ways of doing it. So I've enjoyed it. It's been great hearing Doug's opinion, Alex's opinion on different things. And yeah, I think it's going to be sad, but I don't think it's going to be the last thing we do together.
No, I'm sure
it's
it
not
will be coming up.
See, yeah.
Well, of course, there's the WP Eagle Christmas party, which hopefully at least one of you might make an appearance to. I did send you an invite, didn't I? I think I did.
Yeah. Imagine.
Mark, what do you want to sign off with?
Yeah, I guess we've got I guess I think we might have mentioned it on the channel. I can't remember, but we've got a new website coming in the early in the new year and a rebrand as well. So it's a new focus. Well, not a new focus, but like.
Are you able to share any more on that? That's something. So, what are you changing name?
Not yet. Yeah, maybe we are. So
We'll take
yeah,
that as a yes. Maybe we should have a little sweepstake on what the new name might be.
maybe we can come up with a better idea. But no, we like it.
It's
I think
Mark and
really
Adam Limited. It's got a nice ring to it. Is it because? And this was actually a question I wanted to put to you. Is the term niche site getting tired?
It just doesn't encompass what we do anymore, right? Like,
No,
think.
maybe not.
people just see the name and they just think, oh, you just build websites, and
That's the problem with
doesn't
people
cover
outside our
what we do.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Even our friends and family, isn't it, Mark? Like you say, oh yeah, we've got a company niche website builders. Oh, my mate Dave's a plumber. Can you make him a website? Like, no, that's not what we do.
No. Oh, so you're trying to explain what you do in a name, or is it going to be something more abstract?
More abstract. For
More
sure.
abstract.
But yeah, it sort of pigeonholes us into a certain space. So I want to kind of expand out into that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's reminded me of two things actually now that I want to finish off. So first off, if we're not going to use niche website anymore, which I think has become very tired, especially on Twitter, what should we call it? Doug, what should we call the things that we create if they're not going to be niche websites?
Web.
I'll throw one out there that I heard. I like authority websites. Or is that too grand?
Oh my god, that's about as old as niche sites.
It's
Yeah.
the
Like-
same. Yeah.
Was that what we had
I-
before niche sites? Or do we have that before?
We call it
they-
website
they
investing
kinda-
a bit now.
It was in
Digital asset,
parallel, I
like-
think. Digital asset. I don't
Digital
know. I
asset.
think like you could go with niche site. It depends on like what part of the market you're trying to aim towards. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you call it, Alex?
I was going to go for authority site, but obviously not now. Just website. I guess it's just maybe
Website.
websites.
It's just generic.
Blog. Let's go back to
blogs.
blog.
It's blogs.
Blog.
Blogs.
Web
Blogs.
blog. Web
Okay.
log.
Web
Blow
blog.
back
Blog.
apart.
Blog. Yeah.
Phil reckons his niche website builder's mug was going to go up in value now. It's a
It's
classic
gonna be,
now.
It's going to be
Limited
classic. It's going to be
edition.
retro, antique. I like it.
Limited edition.
So
Do you wanna own up
we're
as well?
excited
That's my
for the
fault.
rebrand. That sounds expensive, though. Is the rebrand expensive?
Costs quite a bit, but it's not.
All those cards and shirts you've got.
Yeah, yeah. That's the
Mugs.
works. The work of changing everything that's going to go into it as well. Yeah, we want to improve our site because that was my site, which was originally a blog for building niche sites. So it's getting a bit tired, to say the least now. So the new one's going to look.
Going to
a
get
lot
rid of
better.
that Spotify coloured. No, not Spotify. Canva background.
Canva background.
The
What's
coloured
that?
background. I think that's the Canva one. I've seen it.
Oh, I didn't use Canva. It was it's stock.
That's stock
for
one.
sure.
The stock. When you type in coloured background, that one always comes up. Okay, good. And the second point that you just reminded me of, and this was confirmed by Google a little while ago, which I wanted to raise with Adam, I think, who told me that the Google don't have this, and that is they do give some weight to keywords in the domain name. Google have confirmed this.
Yeah, but
So
how much? weight?
ditching niche websites out of your domain, I don't know if that's a good idea.
How much weight did they give that? Come on, like
I don't know. It's like one of the 500 ranking signals, I guess. But there you go. So stop, mocking me when I buy another best whatever.com domain. No. On that note, okay. Well, we'll love you and leave you. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for all the likes, all the comments, and make sure you subscribe to all three of our channels if you're not done so already. And we'll all be back in the new year with new and exciting things. And I'm sure you'll see us hanging out before long again online. But good luck with your websites. Have a good Christmas, good New Year, and we'll see you in 2023. In fact, we'll see you before then at the WP Christmas party, and I'll be letting you all know when and where that is via social media. So make sure you're following me on YouTube, Twitter, usual places. All right, let's say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Hang around for a second.
ya.
We'll have a quick chat. See you later all.